Why is prosperity so important? Because none of the previous generations have been able to tackle this issue of poverty. Africa today has the fastest growing population in the world, but also is the poorest. By 2030, Africa will have a larger workforce than China, and by 2050, it'll have the largest workforce in the world. 1 billion people will need jobs in Africa. So if we don't grow our economies fast enough, we're sitting on a ticking time bomb, not just for Africa, but for the entire world.
The idea behind the Coal meetups, which is how Coal got started, was simply to bring these two groups together. Inexperienced young entrepreneurs and these highly experienced experts in their fields who have spent years honing their skills, they've built a business, they've actually done the work in this environment, and then have them have conversations.
This is all about what you need to do within the next couple of days, weeks, not even necessarily months. So you know when you wake up tomorrow morning, I need to call this person, I need to do this, I need to go here. It needs to be as practical as possible.
I set up my first company, which was called Alchemy Design. What I learned there is that it takes so much more than talent to build a company. Because we were really good at what we did and we had amazing clients, but I didn't have the network.
Africa's problem is not a lack of entrepreneurship, but it is the environment to nurture it.
The startups are the backbone of every economy. We have a lot of small mom and pop shops all around. Everyone is some sort of entrepreneur, but for us to have businesses that could compete globally, it's important that we're doing things right.
With Pistis, it's just Captain I. Everything we are doing now is learned on the job. We've not even been coached ever. So most of the things that we are learning now doesn't mean that we're not doing. We're doing it, but it wasn't well documented.
Pistis is a household name. Once you mention Pistis, everyone knows who Pistis is. But even at that level, they understand and they can admit that, hey, we do need the help. We do need external experts to help us to scale the business in a way that we could be on the global map.
Where Coal comes in is that it allows you to understand that you're not, first of all, you're not alone. Secondly, whatever challenges, say, I have gone through, I'm able to give you perhaps an insight into how you may, as an entrepreneur or somebody who's struggling and grappling with certain problems, are able to deal with these problems.
I can probably describe Coal in 2 words: practical and local. We want to make sure that what we do is implementable. People can actually apply it. The other part is just making sure that it's local, because our context is different from any other context.
The core of consultancy, and the core is to build confidence. You build confidence by building on successes, examples. Other people within this culture have done it from within. So you get companies like Hotel and Pistis, but also Blue Skies is probably a much bigger example. But you have other companies like Enterprise Insurance is a good example. So it's not that difficult to find examples, but those are the ones that we need to build on and get them to pass on not just their know-how, but the emotions that go with, if they have succeeded, so can I.
We don't know why some businesses failed, some big businesses of the past. Nobody is documenting it. There are no stories about these entrepreneurs, but these are the shoulders on which new entrepreneurs will stand on to thrive.
So we need to make more African success stories and African companies that also can go into these other markets, can leverage their home markets so that we can also benefit from their revenues, from the taxes, from the learnings, from the experience. And if we're able to do that consistently across different markets for different products, you'd be surprised. It wouldn't take that long before Africa, the continent, different countries, it's just a very different place.